Use the code CHICKEN in the shop.
Hey guys, the Chicken is here. We are back today with another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be talking about the day one plan for season 43. Now, we've done a little bit of research. Everyone's kind of had their time to weigh in on the tech tree and what it looks like. So we're going to talk about that and what we think could be kind of the optimal plan. So guys, if you don't want to miss tomorrow's season opener live stream, make sure right now you subscribe to the channel and click the bell. It'll notify you as soon as the stream goes live. You'll get a notification right on your phone. You can't miss it. So that is going to be 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll probably start the stream, 3:50 or something like that. Actually, I think it's 3 a.m. It's either 3 a.m. or 4 a.m., whatever it is. I think it's 3 a.m. because we're in the winter. But yeah, so 2:50 a.m. start. That's going to be fun. Oh, God. But yeah, if you want to make sure you're notified, just subscribe and hit the bell. And I appreciate those of you that are going to use that code CHICK in the shop. Make sure you got your instant training queued up for the season, guys. So here's where we're at. Now, there's been a lot of hype this season. Number one, the season is named after the mechs, okay? And, they named the season Return to the Mech. I don't know why. Mechs aren't going to be useful. We've had them in essentially every season. I mean, I guess it's because we automatically start with them, so maybe some guys at 2 ER will get some use out of them, but for the most part, no. Now, here's what we were talking about a lot yesterday. So here's the season stats, right? Now, it's a low building health season, but let's not lose sight of what, it doesn't mean that we're going to be, that's what we're talking about the season as a whole for the stats, right? It doesn't necessarily matter on day one, and day one is crucial. Your initial unlocks are always crucial in Warships to get off to a great season. So let's look at what we actually have here. So right out of the gates, we have sniper towers, machine guns, flamethrowers, building damage, more flamethrowers, cannons, and early boom cannons, and a sky shield. So to me, that says warriors are out. They're out of the meta. They're not going to be useful at all. It's too much defense way too early on. Combine that with the fact that we have mines unlocked immediately right here. And we don't have shock mines, I guess, and boom mines for a little bit. But with just the amount of defenses that are out there, I don't see, and an early sky shield, I don't see it being a warrior meta right out of the gates. What I do see happening is, I think what makes the most sense is, yes, get all the defenses. This is probably what I'm going to do. Get all the defenses D up, otherwise you're going to get crushed by the warriors. So we have to get defenses initially, depending on your starting tech. If you finished at rank 18, 19, or lower, then I would suggest maybe going warriors makes sense for you, or upgrading mechs might make sense for you. Those of you that have a little bit more starting tech, what we want to do is we want to get to heavies and have all the defenses immediately. And get the boom cannons. And then what we want to do is probably go for brick, depending on how strong the critter launchers are going to be. I also want to give a shout out to Jess. He was kind of helping me plan a little bit here. But yeah, he's got a YouTube channel. I'll link it down below. But yeah, so I think that's what makes sense. And we got the building health way over here. And then we kind of get to that crossroads, right? It's like, do we really want to D up at 3, or do we want to go to 4? At 4 ERs, there's nothing immediately really that's that much better. So I think that's all the more reason at 3 engines to get the stuff that's important. The tech riding is going to be for the legendary guys, the guys that were way ahead and they want to get rocket choppers, or where are the rocket choppers? Right here. They want to get the rocket choppers, boom, on day 1 or 2 or 3 or whatever that ends up being. But yeah, so even though we have low building health all season, it's still going to be a defensive meta early on, and it's going to be a fizzle fest for sure. Especially because, we only have 50 building health throughout the season, but we get it right away, and we get all the other defenses right away. And yeah, there's 150 DBD, or troop damage, but that's way, 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 way down there. And then things really start to turn from defensive to offensive as we make that transition from 5 to 6 ERs, and we get bombardiers, we get troop health, we get laser rangers, we get seekers for 36 keys, and artillery if we want it. But look, guys, another sky shield. I believe there's... sorry, I'm going to switch back and forth here. I believe there are... How many? So there's 1 sky shield there. I think there's 3 this season. No, not there. 2 there. And... No. Okay. So there's 2 sky shields. but still, it's that's a lot. They're very early on is the thing, so yeah, it's going to be tough out of the gates for sure. But I think that's kind of what we want to do. Is we want to get our defenses and then we want to shift to offense. Um, for example, I don't think it's going to make sense if we're taking the path that I'm kind of talking about here. I don't think it makes sense um, to go, through. Actually, I don't know. It's tough to say. I think that might be the path for most. Is go brick, building health, maybe skipped critter launchers for right now. Troop damage. The problem with between 3 and 4 is everything is good. Even the Zukas are probably going to be really good. At least on those first initial days. I mean, if we can survive without them, great. But it's a long way to bombardiers, guys. Like especially with the amount of defenses that we have. So I think you kind of have to make the choice. You're either going to go Zukas or you're going to go rocket choppers because you definitely should not do both of them because that is that's just unlocking everything that's good immediately, and that's usually not a good long term plan. If you're trying to go for the top 500, I mean, if you're trying to win for the day, then that's okay. But yeah, again, I don't see the Hidden Warriors really being that strong this season because, sure, we've got a lot of stuff to go with them, but I think what kills them is this Sky Shield. I think that kills them because, we don't have the GBE really to get around it. I think we're going to have to free clear it. Maybe a mixture of Hidden Warriors and Heavies, something like that could possibly be a thing, but it's just the defenses are way too strong right out of the gate. I didn't really notice this when I was doing it in my sneak peek. It's tough to analyze the tech tree perfectly, but now that we've seen it, got a lot of eyeballs on it. I think that seems to be the consensus. Is it's pretty defensive heavy, and yeah, I think going for heavies immediately is probably your best bet. I think that's probably where I'm going to go, and then I'm going to backfill my defenses with my rank chest because I don't want to be playing with mechs, trying to unlock heavies while I have all the defense, even if people are fizzling or whatever. It's going to work itself out because it ends up being better. It's always better, to collect with offensive stuff than to, try to ride with defensive stuff. Because if we're using mechs and we're skipping warriors, we're also going to waste a lot of time. Like, it's going to take forever to get our chest. Like, we want to get going out of the gates on day one as quickly as possible. That's the name of the game. That's what it's all about. That's why we focus so much on like the day one videos because it's so important to get off to a good start for the season. You can always come back. I've had, seasons where I finished in the top 500, where I started the first like 2-3 days in like rank 11, 12, 13, like, and then on the fourth day finally got gold or something like that. So don't get down on yourself if you make the wrong move because it's a tricky tech tree this season, and we're gonna have to see how the metas develop and everything like that. It's hard to say for certain exactly what it's gonna be, but at least that's what I'm leaning towards. So I hope that helps you guys out. If you have a different plan or different ideas, definitely make sure to let me know that down below in the comment section. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you. And we'll see you bright and early. 2:50 a.m. Oh my God, blow my brains out. Thank you for watching, guys. Chicken out. Back.